months. Amanda is a very vivacious young lady, and she has been in a search now for a couple of weeks to look for a new position. And so she is going to tell us today life happens and how she's going to deal with it, how she's going to persevere through this. She is a great speaker, and she's going to become even better.
When I was 6 years old, my parents made the decision to move myself and my two younger brothers from Springfield, Virginia to Lachute, Quebec. It's exactly what it sounds like, Lachute, Quebec. I may have been cow tipping once or twice. My dad was not a planner. He made the decision, very rash, because he missed his family of 10 brothers and sisters and wanted to be closer to them. He thought he'd find a job right away because everybody in this little town knew him, and did not plan ahead. So we moved, and he struggled, and he ended up going back to Virginia while my mom supported us 3 children. Shortly after he went back to Virginia, my younger brother, Miles, was diagnosed with a brain tumor. That was a very scary time for us. It was 2 years full of tears, of panic, of love and support in a new community. The church was very important to us. My family really stepped in. We were one of the lucky ones. My dad moved even though he didn't have a job, but my family gave him a job. I moved in with my aunt and uncle, and my youngest brother moved in with another aunt and uncle, because when your parents have a child in the hospital, they can't be home. They're at the hospital. So it was a really life-changing 2 years for my family, and it was life-shaping for me. I feel like those 2 years impacted my decisions in life forever. The last 11 years, I have spent talking to people about how to prepare for the unexpected. I've worked in disability insurance, saying, this is why you need to protect yourself. And for those 11 years, I've heard the responses, I've got enough insurance, and I'm healthy as a horse, and I'm going to work until the day I die. And it just kills me. And I was always able to go back to those life-changing experiences and say, yeah, you're absolutely right. You are healthy. That's why you qualify right now. And yes, you have insurance. But what are you going to be doing, and who's going to be paying your bills when you're in the hospital? You've protected your family in case you die. But what if that heart attack doesn't kill you? What then? And those are really awful questions to be asking, but they're important to be thinking about. Life happens. And most recently, it happened to me, where my company decided to restructure, and at the end of the year, I will now be unemployed. So, life happens. I feel like I'm in a much better position than other people would be at this juncture in my life because of the 3 steps that I've taken throughout my career and throughout my life because of what I learned watching my parents go through this unexpectedness. Life happens, and I've got 3 steps to prepare for when it does. For 1, save. Having an emergency savings. It always amazed me when I would sit with clients and they'd have a brand new Mercedes in the car. They just got back from Hawaii, and they had nothing in their savings account. They had the latest Keurig on the counter, and nothing in their savings account. What if something were to happen? There's no emergency to go to. I always ask myself, is this something that I want or something that I need? Sometimes question, and I feel like it's helped me in the long run. A lot of companies have the net worth, and individuals have the net worth where they're able to self-insure. So they have a savings where they don't actually have to spend money on insurance. They spend money on the administration for an insurance company to help them with the administration, but not the insurance. Some people are at that point they can self-insure. For those who aren't, they need to be buying the insurance policies to get them safe in the event that something were to happen unexpected. So, I'm overinsured. I've said that. Everybody else has said that. I feel like I'm overinsured. We insure our cars worth 20 grand. We insure our homes worth 200 grand, maybe more. We insure our lives to protect our loved ones. But our most valuable asset is our income. I can't work tomorrow right now, but if somebody can't work tomorrow, the average 20-year-old in his lifetime is going to earn over $4 million. If that 20-year-old can't work tomorrow, and 1 in 4 will have a disabling event in their lifetime, then that's a loss way more than a life insurance policy or the value of their car. But nobody thinks about that. So having a disability insurance is really important. Additionally, long-term care. We think, oh, well, we can get that later. But we only qualify while we qualify. And most of us, I'm sure, don't want to live in a nursing home when we're older. Long-term care gives you a way to get yourself in a position where you make the decisions. You don't want somebody else to be making those for you. And the third thing, so save, insure, plan. Ask the what-if questions. That's something that is very hard to do with my in-laws and my mom right now. What if something happens to you? What if you have a car accident? Where would you want to be? How would you want us to take care of you? You have to talk about the reality and their wanted, what they want. So you ask yourself, you ask your husband, what if this were to happen? That's something my husband and I have talked a lot about over the years. What if I lost my job? So we had a plan, and within a week, I had job interviews lined up, and I feel like we're in a really good place. But that's because we've had those really hard what-if questions over the years. We can't prevent the unplanned. Life happens. But by having some emergency savings, by ensuring whatever we can, and by planning ahead, you can make it easier when life happens to you.